Hey guys, longtime viewers will remember I made a list of 20 things we all hate in Age of Empires a year ago about all the little inconveniences and pet peeves we have while playing. A link to that video is in the description, and if you think something was missed here, it might be in that one. It turns out there are more than 20 things, so I'm making another list, incorporating a lot of ideas that people left in the comments of the last video. Starting off with number 10 on our list is when you can't find your sheep. Pretty much everyone starts by building a house or two and then putting the first 6 villagers on sheep so that you can constantly create new villagers right out of the gate. Sometimes you have a lucky start where you can see them right off the bat and send them into the town center, but other times you're walking around for ages and they're nowhere in sight. When you have to get the villagers in on the search, that's when it's getting out of hand, but anytime it takes more than a few seconds to find them, it's just a tough way to start a game. On the other hand, it's a pretty great moment when you eventually find them. Number 9 is when villagers trap themselves while building. How many times have you sent a villager to build a bunch of houses or whatever, and you come back sometime later to find most of them aren't finished, and the villager has somehow locked themselves in? It's like they don't realize I'm watching them from the sky, and I know when they're trying to hide and get out of doing work. Similarly, they seem to, almost without fail, wall themselves on the wrong side of every wall they make. Number 8 is finicky L-shaped walls. Why, if I'm trying to connect a wall from here to here, would it think I want the wall to be like this and not like this or this? The worst part is if you go too fast and accidentally drop it down as an L shape, you have to go and individually delete each piece before you can redo it. Number 7 is accidentally putting your dock on a tiny pond that you think is bigger than it really is, or on a particularly bad length of coast with no fish. There's not much you can do about this one since you can't always explore coastal water without building the dock first, and sometimes the ponds can be misleading and seem like they're connected. I guess it's kind of your own fault when it happens, but it doesn't make it any less irritating to waste a perfectly good dock in a bad location. Number 6 was the most liked comment on the previous video, and it's that mills aren't the same size as farms. So you always end up with an awkward space beside the mill no matter how you try to arrange them. Now there's an ancient secret passed down by mystics who meditated on the problem of the sacrilegious empty space around mills for centuries, and in a flash of inspiration, one wise man was gifted the divine wisdom of how to end the tyranny of the gap. He passed the secret on to me during my training there, which I will now teach you, young grasshoppers. The secret is you have to place the farms like this. But even with this powerful knowledge, it would be both easier and more efficient to get 8 farms around a mill if it was the same size as the farm. Number 5 is only being able to select 40 units at a time. Even back in the day when 200 was the population maximum, it was still entirely reasonable to have a mono-unit army of more than 40 units. And now that maximum population settings regularly go up to 300 or 400, you run into this more than ever. If they're different unit types, no problem, you just give each one a different number. But if they're all the same unit, it's awkward to double-click a unit and have only 40 out of the 60 or more get selected, or to not be able to easily move around a large group of the same units. Number 4 is onagers that kill your own units. This happens in lots of different ways. If your units are attacking buildings, they can get taken out from behind, an infantry pileup that your onagers decide to get in on, or if the enemy runs away. It's bad enough when it's done to you by your enemy, but when it's your own onagers taking out your guys, it's somehow 10 times worse. Number 3, villager AI is appearing again on this list, and this time it's when they kill more than one sheep or deer, especially if it's because of lag. The actual number of resources being wasted is relatively small, in the range of 5 lost food per extra sheep that you have rotting at once, but we all know it's not optimal, and it's particularly frustrating when you notice the villagers about to split between 2 animals and there's so much delay they don't get your command in time. Little things like this feel like they're magnified in the early game, and I believe I have even killed villagers for their incompetence after doing this. That'll teach them, right? Number 2 is people who drag out the ending of a game. Now, I don't mean people who carry on if there's a legitimate chance to win. That's a good thing, and I'm not saying everyone should give up as soon as it gets tough. I mean people who don't even have a town anymore, all of their allies have resigned, and they're running away with their last ship or scout cavalry to the corner of the map and make you research spies to go hunt them down and then destroy every last one of their buildings, or they wall up with towers on an island when you don't have cannon galleons and drag a 1-hour game into 2 or 3. Before we get to number 1, a couple of quick honorable mentions to losing your scout to enemy town center fire, having your units on aggressive stance chase a passing unit across the map, and when the AI tries to mine your resources. The number 1 thing we all hate in Age of Empires though is desyncs, drop players, and anything else related to that. Whether it's somebody's internet cutting out or a magic tree in the corner of the map causing the game to crash, whatever it is, it's always a buzzkill when you have a really balanced, intense game developing and it just ends. What a melancholic reminder that everything you've worked to accomplish and create for the last hour never existed at all, and can be taken away by callous, impersonal forces completely beyond your control. And then you start a new game and life is good again. So did your biggest pet peeve appear on the list? What else should have been included? As always, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you next time.